Hello, I'm Eva and welcome to my channel. In this video, I am going to be showing you all the books I got for Christmas. I got these books from my wonderful parents and grandparents, and I thought I'd give you a little haul to show you what I got. I am so very grateful. Remember, books are like my main thing I get for Christmas, so I got a decent amount of books, and I'm very thankful for my parents and grandparents getting me all the books I like. I'm so excited to get to these and to show you what I got. I really want to film this in front of my Christmas tree, but the lighting was terrible, so you're just gonna get to see it in the background. Anyways, let's get started and I'll show you all the books I got. So I sectioned them out into two sections. I will start with showing you the romance books I got, and then I will show you the fantasy romantasy books I got. So first, I got the first two books in the Windy City series, Mile High and The Right Move. These are obviously the newer covers, and they both have sprayed edges. That's ombre. I've told myself I wanted to read this series for a couple years now, as everybody seems to love it. I don't see the best things about this specific book, but this book and the rest of the series everybody seems to love, and I just have a feeling I'm going to love it too. So I got the first two books in that series, which I honestly don't even feel like I need to read the back of these. I'm sure you already know what these are about, but you know what, I'll give you a little snippet anyway. We are following Xander's and Stevie. Xander's Chicago hockey isn't complete without me, everyone's favorite player to hate. I know my role and I play it well. In fact, I thoroughly enjoy spending the majority of my game time in the penalty box before leaving the arena with a new girl on my arm each night. Okay, so we got a player, clearly. What I don't like is the new flight attendant on our team's private plane. She works for me, not the other way around. I'll be sure to remind her of that. And I can guarantee by the end of the season she'll be begging to quit her job. But every road trip blurs the line, and I can't quite figure out if I keep pushing that flight attendant call button in order to push her buttons, or if it's more than that. Stevie, who's the main girl character. I've been a flight attendant for years. I thought I'd seen it all, but when my new job lands me on board working for the most egotistical and self-righteous diva in the NHL, I start to second guess everything, including the promise I made to myself of never hooking up with an athlete again. No matter how annoyingly tempting he may be. Evan Xanders is unfiltered, unapologetic, and too attractive for his own good. He loves his image, but I hate everything about it. Everything but him. I'm so excited for this series. Again, I've seen mixed opinions on this book, and people are like, just skip it. And I'm like, no, because what if I like it? Even though there's mixed opinions about this one, I still want to see if I like it, and I want to read the whole series. I'm not the type of person who likes to skip around in a series. Even if it's interconnected standalones, I don't really like to skip around in a series. I like to stick to the series. And since this is the second one, I don't want to read too much into it. All I know is I'm just going to read the top. A fake relationship under one roof and no escape from the tension building between them. I cannot wait to get into the series. I have a feeling I'm going to read these and then I'm just going to read the rest of my Kindle right after I finish these. Those are the first two. Okay, Mile High got a little bent in the corner. I think The Right Move is okay though. Next book I have is Homebound by Meredith Trapp. I hadn't heard of this until I saw it in the store, and I thought, one, it looked cute, and two, it sounded like a book I would like. It's a cowgirl, I think it's her, who's the who's the country person. She's tough, Texas' toughest bull rider, and he's determined to win her heart. So she's a bull rider, and I think he's a hockey player. Yeah, he's the hockey world's golden boy. And she's developed a reputation as the cowboy killer. I think this is going to be really good. It sounds like if you like the Chestnut Spring series, then you'll like this. But instead of the guy being the bull rider, it's the girl. But this is the second book in an interconnected standalone series, I believe. And I haven't read the first one, so I'll probably read that before I read this one. I'm pretty sure that one's called Icebound. So I feel like this is a hockey series, but this one also has bull riding. I love the country bull riding, cowgirl, cowboy in books, and I also love hockey books, so I feel like this just sounds perfect. Then I have another cowboy country western one, which is Huckleberry Hill by Emma Slate. So I'm not going to read the whole back, I'm just going to read part of the back for you. When my fiance leaves me because I can't have children, I run away to my family's ranch in Idaho to hide from my feelings and nurse my wounded heart. I expect the comforts of home, the solitude of the mountains, and long horseback rides through the forest. What I don't expect is my father's new ranch hand, Declan Brewer. And I feel like I saw this randomly on Instagram, and I believe this is indie published as well. After I saw one post or video by the author, I saw it before the book even came out. I was like, I need to get that book as soon as I can. Even though it came out in July, I only just got it, but I'm really excited for this one. I've really been into like the cowboy books lately, or whatever you want to title it as cowboy country books. The next book I don't know if I'll read for a while because it's a fall book, and that is If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia. I have heard nothing but good things about this book, and the cover is adorable. I mean, if this doesn't get you, slow burn romance set in the autumnal glow of a 1997 small town Vermont. Just that sounds like this book is going to be great. I have not heard a single bad thing about this book. I'm very excited to get to this. Who knows if it'll be soon though, because like I said, it is a fall book. That's it for all the romance books I got. Let's move into the fantasy books I got. Okay, first, if you saw one of my other videos where I talked about the fact that the Throne of Glass series, I have the Assassin's Blade, Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, Heir of Fire, and Queen of Shadows. And I've been putting off reading Queen of Shadows because I didn't have the rest of the series. I have the old covers. And right before they changed to the new covers, I said to myself, you should probably get the rest of the series. And I never did. And I was like, well, I could probably find them on Pango Books or some other site. But like the cheapest one I can find in the old covers is $60 for one book. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. $60 for one book. Even though I want all my covers to match, I don't care that much. So I just got the rest of the series in the new covers. So I got Empire of Storms, Tower of Dawn, and Kingdom of Ash. This series is so beloved, and I started this series in 2021, in the very beginning of 2021. We're going into 2026, and I still have not finished this series, so I might do a little bit of a reread or look up videos to get a little summary on what's already happened because it's been so long since I picked up this series. I think I last read the series in 2022 or 2023, so it's been a while, and I might do a reread of those before I even get to these. Also, I read the Assassin's Blade after Heir of Fire, and I so wish I would have read it before Throne of Glass. I regret that because I feel like I would have enjoyed it more if I read it before Throne of Glass. But I'm really excited to read the rest of that series. I've read all of ACOTAR, and I have read all of House of wait, what's that series called? Crescent City. I've read all of Crescent City as well. I feel like ACOTAR will still be my favorite in the end, but I feel like Throne of Glass could give more competition to ACOTAR. I definitely think Crescent City will be third in my Sarah J. Maas reading series ranking. Next, I have Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. I have actually already read this book. I read it in January, and this is one of my favorite books I've read this year. Oh my god, this duology, 5 stars for both books, but this one was definitely my favorite. This one was so good. In the first one, it can get a little confusing with all the cards at first, but once you get into it, it is so good. Especially this one. This one is really good. Also, this edition is beautiful. Here's the sprayed edges. Let me see. I don't know if that's good or not. The sprayed edges, and then the front page, or like the end pages, are also beautiful. Here's the underneath. And I also have a special edition of One Dark Window that I got last year for Christmas, but it doesn't match this one. It is very beautiful though. But I love this duology so much, and I just had to have a copy of this book as well. I love this duology. Please go read it. It is also on Kindle Unlimited. Go read it. Since I love that duology so much, I of course also had to get The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. I am so excited to get into this. Again, this is another book I've heard nothing but good things about. Even people who I've seen didn't like the One Dark Window duology have loved this book. I am so excited to get into it. This is going to be one of the first ones in this haul that I read for sure, but we'll see. Can Rachel Gillig continue her 5-star streak for me? I don't even know what this one's about, honestly, from the top of my head. A gothic mist-cloaked tale of a young prophetess who is forced on an impossible quest with the one knight whose future she cannot see. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Also, look at these end pages again. Oh my goodness. Are they not gorgeous? Rachel Gillig special editions are great. This isn't even a special edition. This is just a regular edition, I believe. Whoever designed stuff for her, 10 out of 10. Not only are the special editions gorgeous, honestly, the original editions are also very pretty, of the One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns. I don't read too much gothic fantasy either, so I'm very excited to get into this. I know I love the One Dark Window duology, so I'm so excited to get into this as well. Okay, 2 more books left. The next one I have is The Monster and the Last Blood Match. I had not heard of this before I got this, but the description kind of reminded me of The Serpent and the Wings of Night World, specifically Six Scorched Roses, which is the little novella in between the first and second book. Here's the description. Raina Carpenter, giving up her body isn't a choice, it's survival. In a world where humans are currency and vampires rule from the shadows, Raina accepts a high-paying position among the wealthy and ruthless elite. Her new job? A live-in blood escort for the enigmatic and dangerously powerful Beckham Anderson. Enigmatic is a hard word for me to pronounce. It took me 10 times to say that, because I'm going to cut it out, but I just want you to know that it took me forever to say that. She expects cruelty. She expects hunger. She expects to become his next meal. But Beckham won't drink from her. He keeps his distance, his unreadable gaze shadowed by something far more dangerous than just desire. As the nights pass, Raina begins to sense it, an invisible war being waged around her, secrets that twist through the corridors of Visage, and whispers of something far more powerful than power. What? Oh, something far more valuable than power. Because Raina isn't just rare, she's the key to something bigger than she ever imagined. And the reason Beckham refused to taste her blood, it might not just change them, it might destroy everything. Like, it kind of gives the same vibes as not the exact story of The Serpent and the Wings of Night, but it gives me like a similar vibe to that world, is kind of what I'm trying to say. Also, this has sprayed edges, and I get kind of tired of seeing paperbacks with sprayed edges because sometimes they just don't look good. As long as it doesn't bleed onto the pages, I don't care that much, but like I don't feel like it's necessary for everything to have sprayed edges. But this is pretty though. I guess I just hold a grudge against paperback sprayed edges because the first sprayed edge book I got was a paperback and it bled through all onto the pages and it was just terrible. So that's why I kind of have a little bit of a grudge against paperback sprayed edges. But all the ones I've gotten in this haul look good. I guess I shouldn't complain too much about that or say that every single time. Anyways, the last book I got is Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. It was also $5 off. Do you look at that? And again, we got sprayed edges. This is boring. You don't need that, if I'm being honest. Like, if you're gonna do sprayed edges, do something interesting, not just green, in my opinion. Sorry. No, but I'm really excited for the book. Wow, am I a complainer or am I a complainer? But no, I'm actually really excited for the book. I'm just saying, we don't need sprayed edges. This is a time where that's not necessary. I'm so excited to read this. I loved her other series, the Caraval series and the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. I loved both of those, and this is also her first adult book, while those are young adult. So I'm excited to see, will I like her adult book writing style or will it flop? We shall see. This one is, it starts with a class in an old movie theater. Ooh. I honestly didn't even read that much about this book. I just saw that it was Stephanie Garber and needed it. Folklore 517, local legends and urban myths taught by a woman called the Professor. Most students believe the Professor's stories are just fiction, but Holland St. James has always been convinced that magic is real. She tracks down a local legend named the Watchman, who can supposedly tell you when you'll die. The world finally makes sense, except that the Watchman tells her she will die at midnight tomorrow unless she finds an ancient object called the alchemical heart. It's so hard when you're reading new words for the first time aloud. With the clock ticking, Holland is pulled deeper into this magical world in the heart of Los Angeles, and into the path of a magnetic stranger. Everything about him feels like a bad idea, but he promises Holland that her sister sent him to protect her. As they chase clues and stories that take them closer to the alchemical heart. Alchemical. Should be that, right? Alchemical heart. Holland realizes everyone in this intoxicating new world is lying to her, even the stranger. And if she can't figure out whom to trust, not even the alchemical heart will save her. Ooh. I also do like this cover. It gives like rich vibes. Here's the whole stack. Okay. Oh, this is not gonna be a good idea. Anyways, that... Oh my god, that's not gonna work, that's not gonna work, that's not gonna work. Anyways, that is the end of the video. Comment, did you get some books for Christmas? And if so, what books did you get? This is gonna fall in a second, so I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, and I'll hope to see you in the next one. Bye.